Welcome to week 14 and also welcome to your second trimester. This is a big week. For a lot of women, this is a return of energy, though it doesn't matter if yours hasn't returned yet. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks, you'll find that you're starting to feel a little better in your body. In today's class, we're going to be using the wall and also a yoga block as a prop. If you don't have a yoga block, a book will do. And we're using this because we're going to be building a little bit more energy and heat in today's class, but we're also going to be doing it with these props to keep it really grounded and stable. We're going to focus on our posture because as you head into the second trimester, your body is starting to grow bigger. You might find your posture is starting to change as the weight of your belly draws you forward. So we really want to get these foundations right now so that as you get nice and big towards the end of your pregnancy, you're still feeling good in your body. So we're just going to start against the wall to do some alignment with the pelvis. So often when we're pregnant and our belly gets nice and big, we end up with this really pronounced arch in the back, which is what causes a lot of pregnancy back pain. So let's bring ourselves over to the wall to get started. Your feet are not quite against the wall, but just press your body so that your buttocks are against the wall and then draw the shoulders back and down and press them in. So you'll notice that you have a bit of an arch here in the low back. And I just want you to bend into the knees slightly and then press the low back into the floor so that arch disappears. So it's like lengthening that lower back. And then just let the hips tilt forward and then tuck the tailbone under to gently create that long line of the low back. You might want to bring your hands onto your hips, keep those shoulders away from the ears, and just do this a few more times. So like tucking and untucking through the pelvis. Just being conscious and starting to bring our awareness to this part of our body. Once you feel like you've got that movement, so we're not really gripping and tucking under, it's just gently inviting that length through the low back. Once you've got it, you can step away from the wall and just gently move here. So you get the same benefit away from the wall. The only reason we use the wall to start is it gives us that awareness and helps us just to tune in. So if in later stages of pregnancy you're getting that low back aching, bring yourself to the wall and just gently bring that tucking in to lengthen out through that low back. All right. Move your block out the way if it's on your mat. I'm going to bring the hands to about hip height at the wall and then walk the feet out. We're coming into a down dog against the wall. So you want to bring the hands flat into the wall, press into all 10 fingers, press into the palms. Bring as much of a bend through the knees as you need to feel comfortable through that low back. You'll notice my feet are at hip distance. And then take a big breath in, press the hands into the wall, and see if you can let the upper body hang. We're gently pressing into the heels, but keeping the knees nice and bent so that your tailbone is lifting and you're getting this beautiful stretch down the back line of the body. And then I want you to find the breath, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. Breathing in and breathing out. Now you've got the option to stay here, or if you like, bring the chest back up, press firmly back into the hands once more. You can even take the hands wider if that feels more stable. Shift the left leg underneath the body and inhale the right leg up behind you. So maybe it just comes a little way up behind you, or maybe it comes all the way to parallel. Breathing here, keep pressing firmly through that left leg. Pressing firmly through both hands. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. One more breath here. And gently release that right leg down. You might want to give the hips a little bit of a sway and a release. You can probably feel that left leg quite strongly. Right leg comes back into the midline of the body. Left leg lifts up behind us. Remember, this is optional. You can stay in that down dog variation with both legs grounded. This standing knee can be as bent as you need. Breathing here. So we're aware of the heat that's building in the leg. We're aware of the strength that's building. And we're breathing through it. Good. Come to walk your way all the way up to stand. Let's do a little bit of a twist here just to release some of that tension that builds up through the hips. And then we're going to move into a twist against the wall. So I want you to bring your right hand out against the wall, and you're bringing your chest into the wall, obviously only as close as your belly will allow you to get. The left hand sits on the wall, and we're taking a twist towards that right side. We're just gently stretching into this right shoulder. Breathing here. Good. And then rolling to the left side, taking the left arm out and rolling into the left shoulder. It's a really nice, accessible way to be stretching into that upper body when we're pregnant, not needing to do all the rolling around on the floor that we usually do. Good, gently release. And come and take a seat in towards the wall now. So use the hands to support as you walk the feet out, and then take a seat down as if you were sitting into a chair and your low back is pressed into the wall. Draw the shoulders back and down once more. Rest the head against the wall if that's comfortable. Maybe bring the hands to the belly if that helps you to connect in. And again, breathing in and out through the nose, but I want you to be focused on filling the belly on the inhale and softening the belly on the exhale. Filling and softening. You'll feel sensations in the legs start to intensify. I just want you to notice. Remind yourself that you are strong. And this is just the muscles of your legs working hard. Keep breathing. And then use the hands to support you to lift the hips up. Still resting them into the wall. Just walk the hands down. So take a little bend through the knees if you need. And just gently stretching into the hamstrings. You're releasing the head and neck down if that feels good. Good. Let's use the hands to support us to come all the way back up. Press yourself off the wall. Bring the feet underneath the hips if they're not already there. Inhale the arms up to the sky. And then exhale, forward fold all the way down. So you can either swan dive with the arms out to the side, or if it feels better, you can walk the hands down. Come into your forward fold. As you inhale, we halfway lift, so bring the hands to the thighs, straighten the legs, straighten the back. And then exhale to fold. Inhale, walk the hands forward. We're coming to our downward facing dog. Just like we did in the wall, pressing into all 10 fingers and the palms, gently drawing the heels down and lifting the tailbone high.
Let's inhale the right leg to sky. This is also what we've already done, except into the wall. And then exhale, bend that left knee as you bend the right knee and bring it down to the mat. We're finding our modified side plank, so we're opening up on this side. The left leg is stretching long. Good. Now you can either keep this top hand reaching to the sky or bring the hand onto the hip, and we're just going to work with some mobility here, dropping the hip down and then rolling it open. Dropping it down and then rolling it open. Good. You should feel the muscles of that right leg working hard to keep you strong and stable. One more here. Good. Look towards that right hand. We're going to bring that left leg all the way around, so it's absolutely okay if you need a few steps to get there. And come into a low lunge. Inhale, rise the arms to sky. And then exhale, bring the hands all the way down, frame that front foot. Tuck the back toes, step your way back, downward facing dog. Few full deep breaths here. Good. Inhale, left leg to sky this time. Keep pressing firmly into the hands. And then start to bend that right knee as you bend the left knee and bring it down to the mat. We find that modified side plank on the opposite side. Keep the top hand reaching to sky or bring it to the hip just to give you that feedback, physical feedback of hand on hip, to roll the hip down and then open it up. Roll it down and open. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more here. Inhale. Release that top hand down as we bring that right foot forward, as many steps or as many helping hands as you need to get it into that low lunge. Inhale, rise the arms. Good. Exhale, bring them down. Let's step our way all the way back to downward facing dog. And take our time walking the hands all the way back. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on the thighs, straighten the back, straighten the legs. And then exhale and fold. And then slowly roll yourself all the way up to stand. Rolling shoulders, head and neck coming up last. Before we head down onto the mat, we're going to have a little bit of a play with that hip mobility. So that same opening action that we did in our side plank. If this option doesn't feel good and you want to go back to that side plank option, you're welcome to do so. I'm going to suggest the block against the wall, so we've got that stability. If this doesn't feel good, you could also put the hand into the wall and practice here. So, half moon pose is where we're heading. The hand is on the block and the other hand is on the hip for that feedback. And then inhale that leg up behind you and then see if you can rotate and open that hip. Draw it down. Open it up. Draw it down. Open it up. We've got one more here. Draw it down. Good. Come all the way back up to stand. Maybe you need to give that hamstring a little bit of a massage on that standing leg. And we're going to swap sides. So you can do this without the wall as well. Just so that I don't have to put my back to you, I'm going to do it this way this time. So again, hand on the block, lift that back leg, and then play with rolling open the hip and rolling it closed. Inhale to open, exhale to close. Last one here. Good, release the leg down, maybe give that right side a bit of a massage, and then bring the block down onto the mat. We're coming into our malasana, so toes are turned out. Inhale the arms up to the sky, and then exhale them through heart as you take a seat down into your malasana, your low squat, sitting onto the block. And then inhale, press into the feet, rise all the way up. And exhale, come back down. If your hips are not allowing this, you can bring a chair in, so that's making it not quite as high. You could stack the blocks or books higher. Make this work for your body. So this is working on hip mobility, but also strength, which is really important as the pressure is put on our pelvis in the later stages of pregnancy. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. Good. This time we stay left hand to the ground, right hand to the sky. Big breath into the body, and then maybe this other hand can find its way around to the opposite hip, looking over that right shoulder. Release. Other side. Inhale, left arm to sky. Exhale, maybe finding that opposite hip, looking over the left shoulder. Good, and gently release. Bring the feet out in front of you so that the soles of the feet are pressing in towards each other. If you're not comfortable up on the block here, you can come to sit down on the ground. Some people will like the block to give the hamstrings a bit of height. As you inhale, sit nice and tall, and then exhale, gently fold forward. Soften the head down. And then if it feels good to do so, we take some circles here, rolling the body around. And then in the opposite direction. Good. For our final position today, we're coming into our child's pose. Keep that block nice and handy. Take the knees wide. So we've got space for the belly. And bring the head down onto the block. You've got some choices with the hands. They can either come between the legs and reach towards the feet, or they can come out in front, reaching forwards, or they can just hold the block, whatever feels most comfortable for you. I want you to take a deep breath into the low belly. And see if you can soften through the face and soften through the neck. Relax the shoulders. Relax the upper back, the low back, and the belly. Softening through the hips and thighs, all the way down to the feet and ankles. Till the whole body completely relaxed. Letting yourself rest here. Connecting in with your baby. Maybe imagining them safe within your womb. Reminding yourself that you are safe in your body. It's time to start slowly coming back out. Walking the hands up, maybe rocking yourself from side to side or coming back to those pelvic circles here. And then we finish by bringing our hands to our belly. Maybe taking a moment to say, hello, baby. In the busyness of our days, it can sometimes feel like we haven't connected in at all. And our yoga practice can be a space for that. So hello, baby. Connect into with your own heart space. Hello. Welcome. What do I need to know? Really staying connected with that intuition, that inner knowing of your own body. And giving yourself a moment to receive here in this space before you return to the busyness of your day. When you're ready, bring the hands to heart, bow down the head. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today, and I hope to see you again next week. Peace.